I have spent my entire life trying to avoid being sick. But why? Today, I want to talk about why we get sick.
John Ray thinks about things, then he posts those thoughts to the internet.
It's not any fun to get sick, and that's one of the reasons why I have been doing so much research on wellness and on how to keep my body in perfect optimized form. And yet, I got really sick yesterday, and for the longest time, it was very frustrating to me because here I am trying to teach about the validity of things like nutritional response testing and dousing yourself with a pendulum for supplements, and reading all of these things and putting into practice all of these various experiments that I'm doing for the sole purpose of well-being. And yet I still got sick. So what's going on there? And so I started thinking a lot about all the times that I've been sick over the years. And I realized that for the most part, when I got sick, I never allowed myself to be sick. I always went and took drugs or went and bought something over the counter or went and got some sort of an antibiotic. But never did I, until very recently, allow myself just to be sick. And I think that sickness is really a way for the body to tell you, hey, John, you need to slow down a little bit and just rest. And that's what I've done over the last 24 hours. I put a ski jacket on at one point and just allowed my body to sweat out some toxins. I think that sometimes being sick is just a way to purge toxins, to kind of shed an old layer of skin and get the old energy moving out so that you can bring some new energy in. It's very much in a similar fashion to how a snake sheds its skin and then has this shiny, bright new skin that it can move forward with. And I think that being sick is a lot like that. It's your body telling you, hey, it's okay to slow down, to rest, and to just focus on your body for a little bit. And so for the past 24 hours, that's what I did. I didn't focus on how miserable I felt because really I didn't feel that miserable. I just felt kind of weak. I just felt like I kind of wanted to lay around. And so I did. I laid around and I focused on how it was so interesting that my body was able to communicate with me this way, to get me to rest in this way, to that it was getting rid of some of the old energy that I had that might have been slowing me down. And so I just focused on how much better I was going to feel. And then when I woke up today, I felt a bajillion times better. I felt like a whole new person. I felt like all of the focus that I had put on my body towards being thankful for the way that it is able to remind me that it's okay to stop every now and don't always have to keep pushing through. I think that, one of the bad things about a 9-to-5 job is that a lot of times you feel like you have to work through sickness. You feel like you can't take any time for yourself. And sickness is really a great way to take time for yourself. It's one of the only times that you can call your boss and tell them that you're sick and they immediately say, yes, take the day off. It's one of the only times that you can get people to serve on you hand and foot. They bring you food. They bring you soup. You get to eat soup all day long. It's awesome. You get to catch up on all of these different TV shows. And I think that sickness is a way for that our body tells us, hey, take a little bit of me time. And so by taking some me time yesterday, I feel revitalized. I feel re-energized. I feel like there's a new flow of energy coming through me. And I'm starting to look at sickness differently. I'm starting to look at sickness as just my body telling me that, hey, it's okay to purge some old energy from time to time so that you can make room for the new energy. Anyhow, I'd love to hear about some of the things that you've experienced when you took your sick leave and took a little bit of me time. But for me, it was a really eye-opening experience. And it was one of the first times that I've actually felt sick and then allowed myself to feel sick. And I recovered very quickly. I think a lot of times what happens is we try to push through it and then we kind of feel groggy for weeks and weeks on end. We have a dry cough for a month, or we cover it up, and our body wants us to rest, and so then the sickness or the disease gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it's something that maybe isn't curable, or at least traditional medicine would have us believe that it's not curable. In actuality, if we believe that we create our own reality and that everything's an illusion, then you should be able to cure anything. But that's another video post. Anyhow, sickness, whether it's a small one or a big one, is really just our body saying, hey, focus in on yourself. Give yourself a little me time and just rest. So, I'm John Ray with theylaughtedatjulesverne.com. I was sick yesterday, but today I feel revitalized and re-energized. Until next time, thanks for watching.
When you watch a video and you like it, then you hit the thumbs up sign. And if you want to see more videos, then you better subscribe now.